Welcome to the ultimate test of grit, endurance and unrelenting determination, P Company. This is the pre-parachute selection course of the British Army designed to separate those with the mental and physical resilience to join the elite airborne forces. Today we'll break down every event that makes P Company one of the most challenging assessments in the military. I'm Craig, a former British soldier who served 16 years. And 7 of those were in an airborne unit, 7th Parachute Regiment Royal Horse Artillery. I attempted and passed P Company back in October of 2008 when I was 18 years old. Majority of people think P Company just as those 8 events, which it's not. Yes, P Company is consisted of 8 events, but it's not about just passing those 8 events. It's been able to pass those 8 events after doing an absolute horrendous amount of beat up and arduous physical activity prior to that. If you're joining the parachute regiment, that's getting through the first half of basic training up in Catterick. If you're looking to join another unit, so the all arms pre-parachute selection, whether that's artillery, signals, medics, RLC, etc., that's about doing your regimental beat up. You've then got brigade beat up, and then you've got 2.5 weeks with the P Company staff up in Catterick before you even attempt those 8 events. If you speak to the majority of soldiers that have passed P Company and have served in the parachute regiment, it's actually the easier week throughout their entire training up in Catterick. It's being able to have that mental resilience and the physical fitness to get through all of it, but also passing those 8 events. When it comes to the 8 events, then you will be scored individually on how you conduct yourself on those events. The great thing is, no one knows how the scoring works or what score people get. The only people know that are the current staff and previous staff before them. You attempt an event, whether you stay on it or come off it, you will then be scored. At the end of P Company, you go on to parade, you stand there, you wait for your number to be called and they say pass or fail. And even at the end, if you hear pass or fail, you still don't know what score you get. It's one of the best kept secrets within the military. If you've prepared correctly and you've made it through the first half of basic training in Catterick or the brigade, regimental, and the first 2.5 weeks of all arms pre-parachute selection, and you've made it to the first event, you will be attempting the 10-miler. The 10-mile march is the first true test of physical capability required to pass P Company. All candidates must carry a 35-pound Bergen plus water plus weapon in boots, trousers and t-shirt and complete the march in 1 hour and 50 minutes. It's an extremely tough route. It's filled with hills, uneven terrain and sometimes unpredictable weather. North of England can be horrendous, and whether it's snow, rain or sunshine, you will conduct this event. They do not halt it off. The march is designed to test your endurance and mental resilience, and it's testing your ability from being able to get from point A to point B at speed and still have the ability to fight. The Trinasium then, a test. This is pass or fail, and you will conduct it twice if you're doing an all arms pre-parachute selection, at the beginning and then actually in test week. You can't listen to a word of command, you can't pass this, you are gone straight away. It's a test of courage and agility requiring candidates to scale and traverse a series of obstacles suspended high above the ground. I believe it's around 30 to 60 foot from the top of my head from the research I've done. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was back when I was 18. You're going to be doing the Superman jump, you've got the shuffle bars, you've got the illusion jump, and you've got much, much more. It's there to test your ability and if you can listen and react to the word of commands when at height and under pressure. It's there to simulate when you're in the plane, it's red on, green on, and the jump instructor says go. Do you have that ability to jump out that door on that word of command, no matter what is waiting for you outside? The ultimate test of mental resilience. Next then, the dreaded log race. This is about teamwork, strength, speed, endurance. It ruins you. Soldiers must carry a heavy log weighing approximately around 60 kilograms, possibly heavier. It's a telegraph pole. You have 8 men, 4 either side and then 1 on the front, so 9 in total. You've got to cover a distance of 1.9 miles, and this is a test like no other. And what will happen is, as you're running with the log, as you're covering distance, people will start to drop off, but the log's still got to keep moving at speed. And what they want to see is that you're moving in front of the log. You're pulling it. The log isn't pulling you. If they feel that the log is pulling you and you're not running fast enough, you'll get 3 strikes. On the 3rd strike, you're off. So you could end up with 1 or 2 people, 3 people carrying or dragging this log round the most arduous route in Catterick. When doing the log race, you're going to do this in boots, trousers, t-shirt, webbing and weapon. It is absolutely disgusting, but it's a true test of grit and determination. The steeplechase is a high-paced 2-mile obstacle course that tests physical speed, strength and stamina with multiple barriers, water hazards and steep hills. This event forces candidates to push their bodies through a gauntlet of physical challenges. Speed is essential, but endurance is just as important. So you're going to run round, jumping over barriers, through water, finishing off with an obstacle course. This is a timed event. You're going to do this in boots, trousers, t-shirt and helmet. Once again, you are scored. No one knows how you scored, but it is a timed event. It's just an all-out go. Give this a maximum effort to get round the course as fast as you possibly can. The 20 miler then. This is a 20-mile endurance march. Boots, trousers, t-shirt, 35-pound Bergen, carrying water and weapon. It's a 20-mile tab. Once again, testing you. Can you move from point A to point B at speed and be able to carry out the fight at the end? At 20 miles in 4 hours 30 minutes, but that's including you get a few 5-minute stops on the way round to have food and water. Once again, over undulating ground, normally conducted, it used to be in Otterburn, but I believe sometimes they do it around Catterick. It's tough on the body. It's really tough on the knees. That's most probably the hardest part about it, is knees and shoulders carrying the weight for that amount of time. Once again, scored. No one knows how the scoring works, but you'll find out at the end whether you pass or fail. Milling then, this is fun, hard, but very, very exciting. It's a brutal 60-second test of aggression, controlled aggression. When they say go, you've got to turn it on. When they say stop, you stop and switch it off. You'll be put into 2 teams, okay? You have got shirts and you've got skinned. You'll get put up against a partner who is similar height and weight to you. You'll then get into a made up ring where they put benches around some mats. All your muckers are sitting around the benches. They're going to act as the ropes. You're going to face each other. When they say go, it is 60 seconds of pure straight punching or until someone gets dropped or knocked out. There is no hooks. There's no uppercuts. There's no blocking. There's no defending. It's just 60 seconds straight, continuous straight punches to the head and face. Right, no hesitation. If they feel you do good enough at the end of that, normally you'll go once. Sometimes you might get put in the ring a second time. And it is brutal. I've seen people get knocked out. You get noses broken. It is just all go. But it is one of the most exciting events on P Company. The 2-mile march then, the 2-miler, a test of speed, stamina and self-discipline. Conducted in full kit. Boots, trousers, t-shirt, jacket, Bergen weighing 35 pound plus water, carrying weapon and wearing your helmet. This is the infantry 2-miler, okay? You've got 18 minutes to complete an arduous and undulating course. I wouldn't say it's one of the hardest events on P Company, but it's definitely tough. A lot of people within the military do struggle with this, okay? It's an unrelenting test of physical and mental endurance. The stretcher race then, it's about teamwork, determination, physical strength and endurance. 175 pound, I believe, stretcher across 5 miles of rough terrain. Unlike other events, this test doesn't just focus on physical strength, it's about cohesion of the team and how well you can work together. It's 4 people on a log at a time, normally in teams of 8 to 12, I believe. So you've got 4 on a log, 4 behind and possibly 4 behind that, and basically When the instructor says change, the next 4 come into position. They then push you away and speed off with the stretcher, and you drop behind. You drop too far behind, you're gone. Okay, so it's about staying on the stretcher or staying behind the stretcher so you can then relieve the guy. It's all about teamwork, but also an individual effort again, because you are scored individually, right, to see whether you can pass P Company at the end. This is in boots, t-shirt, trousers, I believe webbing, weapon and helmet. On P Company, the stretcher is carried onto your shoulder. They will try and set you up with someone who is your height when you're your partner, but as you run around the course, people get mixed up, people drop back. So sometimes you've got a really tall guy with a really short guy, and one of you might end up with a broken collarbone. But it is an absolute brutal test, but an exciting test. P Company is more than just physical tests. It's a trial of character, teamwork and mental fortitude. Every event strips away the layers of doubt and fear, leaving only those who can face challenges head on with determination. The few who succeed earn their place among the elite airborne forces, ready for anything the battlefield may throw at them. Do you have what it takes to pass P Company and wear the British military parachute wings? Remember, fortune favours the brave.